Good evening, good evening. My name is Timothy Lau. Welcome to My Property Place live chat, the first show ever. That's right, this is called the My Property Place live chat. Now, if you are just joining, welcome. This show starts at 9 o'clock, 9 p.m., and the show will end at 10 p.m. sharp. Okay, now, before I go on, let me probably just give a shout out, introduce to for myself. My name is Timothy Lau. For those of you who know me, thank you very much for joining me. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Timothy Lau, and I am this. If you, some people are asking what's my age, right? My age depends on who I'm interacting with. I can be young, I can be matured if you want me to think like that. But yep. What do? I run my own real estate agency in Kota Damansara called Home Creation Realtor. And I have a team of about 20 colleagues with me. Yep, that's what I do. I've been in this industry for quite a couple of years, which I'll explain later. Now, what else I can tell you about myself? My hobbies are dancing. Yeah, some people say like, yeah, Timothy can dance. Yeah, I can dance. I can dance salsa. If you don't believe me, ask my dance instructor, Jamie Lee. She'll tell you that. Yeah, I've been dancing for quite a few years. I've organized some events in dancing, and yeah, and I like to sing. I'm a food photographer. Well, I take photograph of everything, but particularly food. I have this interest of taking photograph of food, and of course traveling. Who don't like traveling? Everyone likes traveling, right? Yeah, so that's what I like to do. Now, what about my skills? Well, I like to speak in public. Somehow or other, it gives me excitement to be able to stand on stage and speak. Yeah, I've done MCing for the last donkey years. I remember when I was working for some companies, my colleagues always come to me, and usually they don't even say hi to me, but when they're going through their wedding, they will be suddenly saying, "Hey Timothy, long time no see. Can you help me to do something?" And next thing you know, I'm the MC for their wedding. So I've never been trained as a wedding MC, but yeah, I just stand on stage and like to speak. That's what I do. Well, I guess God bless me with thick skins. Yeah, I can stand on stage to speak. I like to tinker with gadgets. Yeah, I like to tinker with gadgets and technology. I'm very curious about new technologies. Just don't tell my wife. You have to spend a lot of money to do that, right? You got to buy these stuff and experiment with it and that. Yeah, yeah, and I like because of me liking to tinker with stuffs and new technologies. That makes me play around with new application, new softwares. I've self-learned my Photoshop techniques and stuff like that. These are all new stuff that I learned myself. Okay, enough about myself. What about professionally? What do I do now? I've been in the real estate industry for about 11 years now. Now, before my real estate life, I was in IT engineering. That I've been in for 15 years. I used to be with Hewlett Packard. Yeah, I work with Hewlett Packard. I work with I worked in Microsoft Office before, and my last job in employment, I was with Shell. Yep. So that's what I've been. After my IT life, I moved on to events and eventually to real estate. And since 2009, I've been in real estate until now. That's about 11 years counting. I'm still in there now. Okay. Now in real estate, everyone graduates from somewhere. I always say I graduated from the University of Mont Kiara Subsale. Yeah, everyone's been there. I've been there. Yeah, I used to my first time doing real estate. I was a subsale agent in Mont Kiara. That's how I graduated, the University of Mont Kiara Subsale, right? And from then on, I moved on to join a company that does project marketing. Yeah, that's what I do. I'm in project marketing. Until now, I'm still very in favor of project marketing. I love project marketing, and more recent, I have been involving myself a lot in commercial properties, in the retail industry, which I fall in love with really much in, because I find it's very interesting to be in this category, which I will explain in the coming episodes. Why I venture myself into this. Now, I've worked with local real estate agents. I work with local and international property developers. I work with a lot of property investors as well. I've spent several years studying about the township of Cyberjaya, which is one of my favorite locations for my property business. And also another place which has got nothing to do with Cyberjaya, but quite similar in a certain extent, is Gold Coast, Australia. I've spent many, many years in both these places studying and learning how to market this town and city. That's something that I love doing. Yeah, really. Okay, and as I mentioned to you, I currently own a real estate agency in Kota Damansara. Now, a little bit about what this show is all about. Yep, you guys, some of you have logged in. Thank you very much for joining us and joining me in My Property Place live talk show. Now, let me just explain to you what this show is all about. Yeah, today is my first show. Okay, and I would like to think that this is a discussion forum. Okay, My Property Place is like a discussion forum because why it evolved from my Facebook group. I created a Facebook group several years back called My Property Place. I mean, I couldn't think of a better name, I guess. Yeah. So My Property Place, that's right. And I've been sharing a lot of news and articles from different magazines, different newspapers. I put it in one place so that people have the convenience of reading it from one single location. And surprisingly, it has quite a little bit of a attraction there. People like the idea of doing that. So I've been doing that. I've been maintaining the Facebook group for quite a couple of years. And recently, I met a very nice friend, a mentor. His name is Marcus Teo. If you don't know him, he's a tall, thin, spectacle, very handsome chap. Recently got married. Okay, Marcus Teo, very famous, right? So he has inspired me to go online. Okay, and to me, I find there's no fault in that because why? I'm in the real estate industry for that long, right? I've never really been a strong believer in going online. I mean, who would want to go online and buy a property without seeing the property and meeting face to face? I mean, I'm the kind of gentleman I'm the kind of guy which like to shake hand. Good afternoon, how are you doing, sir? How can I help you? That kind of customer service, that's what I like to do. But the recent pandemic crisis has forced me to I guess think otherwise. You know, there are many prop tech coming online. Everything is coming on, and online stores are like suddenly booming up. So there's no way I can avoid not looking at what this is. So that's why I started learning. I started learning all about this kind of things and what it can do. And here I am sitting here talking to a computer screen. No, really, I'm talking to you guys, right? Yeah, and somehow or other, I think this might work, right? I think I'll go on with this. This is not something that I wanted to do one time, but I think this can go on. So and why a property forum, right? My Property Place. I always believe in information. Property investing is all about knowledge. Okay, what you know right, and what you know is not right. And property investment is all about being prepared. The more information you have, the more prepared you are. Am I right? Well, I guess so, because people have been doing right by doing research and getting the right kind of investment. And also, property investment is all about taking precaution. If you know something that somebody has done which is not right, you be careful and you don't do the same mistake. So that is what is this about? It's all about knowledge. Okay. Some time ago, I heard this word that which you probably have heard before. Knowledge is power. Am I right? But there's another extra line to that, you know. But too much knowledge. Okay. Please comment below and tell me what do you think follows on after that. Too much knowledge. What do you get? Okay. Now, maybe just a bit of housekeeping for those of you who just joined. Thank you very much for joining My Property Place live chat. And I'm so happy, I'm so proud and honored to have all of you here with me on my first show. Thank you very much for sharing your time with me. And just to let you know, My Property Place live chat program runs every Saturday from 9 to 10 o'clock, right? And this is going to be running weekly. And every week, we are going to talk about anything and everything about property investment. Okay, there are many questions out there. You have questions, You've always been asking around. So what I'm going to do is, yep, don't worry. I am not going to be blabbering every single week here alone, me. Okay. I will be bringing guests. Yep. Every show from today on, well, the next show on, I will be bringing guests, and we will be covering different topics in relation to property investment, such as the current issues affecting real estate investment. Okay. Well, I'm sure everyone. I just attended another show just now with Mr. Au and also my peer, Mr. Au, and also Liz and also Encik Haidir. They were discussing about the impacts of the COVID virus on property investment. So, yep, everybody wants to know about that. And yeah, we will be discussing a little bit about that, but not today. In upcoming shows, we will be speaking to property developers, prop tech developers, different kinds of property technologies that's coming into the market. We'll be talking about finance matters. I will be, well, hopefully be able to invite some bankers in here to speak with us about all these topics. Moratorium, we're talking about financing, interest rates, what's going to happen after this. Before MCO, currently MCO, and what happens after MCO? What's the new norm? Okay, these are all the things that it's concerning a lot of people, right? We're even going to cover interior design. Did you know that your interior design of your investment property will impact the rentability of your property, right? So you want to make sure that you are using the right kind of furnitures, the colors that impacts people. So I find these are all really, really relevant topics that is covered in property investment. Feng Shui, yes. I'm sure some of you out there believes in Feng Shui. I mean, when I ask this question, who believes in Feng Shui? There'll be a couple of people of you that believe on the hand, right? I'm sure some people believe in Feng Shui. Not necessarily means Feng Shui means looking at your palm and seeing that whether are you going to get married next year, not that kind, but rather where certain direction or certain location of a certain place is it suitable for you to invest in properties. So yeah, these are some topics that some people are interested in. MM2H, okay, what is the impact of MM2H on property investment, foreign properties? I will also be bringing people from overseas. I have one of them from Hong Kong that is coming on my show soon, okay, in the coming weeks, and I have one more from Australia who will also be joining us in my show. That's right. So do continue to check in every week, and I will publish out with the schedules of my shows, upcoming shows in near future. Okay, and I'm probably going to bring a couple of Airbnb operators, hotel operators to talk about what are the impact of Airbnb and hotel on the current property investment market. So yeah, there are many different sectors, many different environments that is going to impact people. Now, okay, thank you very much for joining me. For those of you who just joined, thank you very much for joining My Property Place live chat. And I'm so honored to have all of you spending your Saturday night here with me. Makes me feel really, really goosebumps because I've got so many buddies that here sharing time with me. Okay, now let's move on to, we have done all the introduction and also about myself, about professionally what I do, and also about the show. Now let's move on to the current topics. Okay, I will randomly pick one current topic every week to talk about. And this week, I want to talk about something that I shared in my Property Place Facebook group some time ago. If you have read you're following my Property Place, you will see that I posted this thing called Homeowners 7 Biggest Regrets After Buying a Home. Okay, quite a few likes there, and here it is. Okay, I'd like to just open up and just discuss about this one. And basically, here are the 7 biggest regrets. Okay, let me just go on with the first one. The first regret that people do after buying, because you know why? Okay, before I go on there, right? Whenever people want to buy a property, people always talk about all the common stuff, such as, location is very important. You know, the old school gurus will tell you, location, buying property. Yeah. Location is very important, but it's not the most important of all. Okay, there are also many other things that is also important. Okay, they all talk about the pricing. Pricing is very important. The rebates are important, but these are all normal stuffs. Okay, let's go a little bit into the detail. One of the thing that people always forget is to check whether there is 4G service in that area, right? And well, I think the first thing you do is go into that property and take out your handphone and start trying to call somebody. If there is no line, you got to be worrying because it's going to be a long-term problem, right? Every day, like, in fact, I'm staying here. I'm staying in Bandar Utama. I'm staying in a condo. And even here, living on the 42nd floor, I'm having 4G issues, okay? I have to call people with my WhatsApp Wi-Fi. My Wi-Fi is stronger than my 4G, seriously. All right. So yeah, that's a long-term issue. So I have a friend, okay? If you are in here, you will know I'm talking about you. Every time you have to log on, you have to go to the garden, search for the right feng shui, the right spot, squat down there, don't move, and then start dialing in your Zoom. Okay? So there are people who do that. So, but they have bought a house, they've been staying there for so long, they can't help it. But if you're about to buy a house, you have a choice. Okay? So check, take out your handphone, and don't only take out the the feng shui compass, but take out a handphone and see what signal or not. Okay, that probably is also quite important. All right, and the second thing is at the bank loans. Okay, a lot of people, right, once they want to buy a property, they get so excited. Okay, they go to the first bank, they see the first loan, they straight away sign on the dotted line, and that's that. Okay, I don't blame them. I used to be like that as well. I mean, I bought my first home when I was in my 20s. Okay, so I bought a property and the banker was explaining to me. I wasn't really paying attention because I was so excited about my first home, right? Okay, and talking about compounding loan, all this kind of interest rate and stuff like that. I didn't know. I just signed. Okay, I just signed on the dotted line and I didn't know what loan and what not I was taking. Okay, so it's really important for you to shop around. Okay, nowadays all these young people like you are watching. I'm sure most of you are young people. Okay, you are smart enough to be able to Google. Okay, there is many there. I'm not endorsing them, but I know there's quite a few iRinggit and stuff like that. iMoney. Okay, so that they are a place for you to shop for interest rate or look for my good friend Sam Sen. Okay, Sam, my friend, he is also a mortgage consultant that can help with all this interest rate. Okay, Sam, if you're listening, okay, business for you, right? Okay, and yeah, that's about loan. What about the third one? Third one is asking the home seller, okay, to repair something. A lot of you guys, I want to like save money and all that, right? So you want to buy the house, then after that you see, oh, this one rosak, that one rosak. You ask the owner, can you repair? You repair all this, then I will sure I buy from you. Okay, so owner will be like, want to sell? Okay lah. But let me ask you a question. If the owner agree to repair for you, every single dollar that he's going to put out, right, it is considered another loss to him, another dollar loss to him, from this transaction. So how much quality do you think he's going to put into the renovation and the repairs for you? Okay, I mean, very rarely you see someone who is that honest and generous that's willing to do that lah. All right, so most of the time they are going to just do a half-assed job. Okay, again, my personal experience, when I bought a house in USJ 3 many years ago, okay, many years ago, before the era of guard house, all right, a gated guarded. Okay, the parquet floor was shining, the ceiling was nice and white. I stayed there for 3 months. The parquet flooring jumps out. You mop one round, the other piece of parquet will jump out, and then you mop one more round, one more piece will jump out. Eventually, half the house, the parquet flooring all jump out. Okay, that's because it's just like one layer of like, I don't know. I'm not in renovation, but I think it's a very half-assed job. Making the house looks very nice cosmetically, because I went in there, I was like, ooh, very nice the house. Okay, and immediately signed the check and book. So don't jump into making a fast decision when you do that, and don't be so cheapo lah. Everything also ask the seller to repair. I suggest sometimes you think you like the place, do the own repair, because you know what things you're going to put in. Okay, and nothing is that sometimes owner says that, oh, okay, you're so nice, because you want to buy my house, okay, I'll throw in the fridge for you, I throw in this washing machine for you. You'll be like, yay, I got goodies, I got freebies from this owner, I made so much from it, I saved so much money. Next thing you know, the fridge is leaking, the washing machine used 2 months, rosa. What happened? You got to spend money to get the thing disposed. Lagi throw. You think you save money or you lose money? Okay, so that's one thing that you got to bear in your mind when you are accepting freebies. Don't be so cheapo lah. Okay, it's your own house, for goodness sake. You want the best for your house. Okay, so do the best, give it the best. Okay, macam your darling. Okay, another thing is not spending enough time in a neighborhood to do survey. Let me tell you, I am the king of doing survey. Okay, why I say that? Not to boast, but when I was given one apartment project to sell in Cyberjaya many years ago, 2013 or something like that. Okay, I did survey of the whole township, the whole 7,000 acres of Cyberjaya before I sell that one apartment, because I need to be able to explain to people what the whole neighborhood is about, what they are buying into, what kind of neighborhood are they staying, what kind of supermarkets are there, grocery stores are there, schools are there. Okay, to me, knowledge is really very important, right? So I do that kind of research. So if you're going to buy a house and your whole family is going to move there and stay, your kids are going to grow up in that neighborhood, go out to the taman and play and all that, aren't you going to do a bit of research and find out more about the whole neighborhood? Who are the neighbors? Okay, are there? How is the night? Is security good or not? Maybe you want to camp there for a few days, go to the grocery store and see many people or not. So there are a lot of ways for you to do your due diligence, so-called, before you make that decision. Okay, house cantik doesn't mean neighborhood is cantik. Okay, again, another thing you have to pay attention to. And checking on the master plan, especially for those of you, I mean, I used to sell Mont Kiara condos. Wow, facing east, facing KLCC view, the Twin Tower, very cantik. 6 months later, boom, another condo come up from the balcony. This one, all the young people nowadays very smart. They know how to, they will always ask me, this kind of question when I start to explain like this. Well, condos, no issue lah. You can see, if let's say there's a empty land in front, you are very certain what is it used for. But what about landed property? What about townships? Is there going to be a highway running across in the next 2 years? A couple of highways like conspiracy one, right? Excuse me. MRT lines, shopping mall comes up. Hey, by the way, staying next to an MRT station, good or no good? Okay, comment below. Comment below. What do you think? Staying next to a MRT line, MRT station, good or no good? Okay, vice versa, staying next to a shopping mall, good or no good? I know staying next to a Chinese school, not so happening, because you'll never get out or get into the house. Okay, all right, so yeah, that's one thing. Master plan of the neighborhood is really important. Very simple. If you want to check master plan of neighborhood, go to the council office. Okay, council office, sometimes you have no master plan, you can print out a few dollars. Okay, then you can see what's the land use and all these kind of things. And if not, check with your friendly neighborhood real estate agent, not Spider-Man. Friendly neighborhood real estate agent. Okay, they are knowledgeable. They can help you there. The person who sell it to you should have the kind of information, right? And checking for noise and smell. There are certain places, right? There are certain places that when you purchase, you drive in there, you smell a certain kind of smell. Next thing you know, the person who introduced you said, "Oh no lah, the rubbish truck just drive past." Are you sure? Okay, if you go there daytime, you smell that. Nighttime, you smell that. The next morning you go, you still smell that. Takkan every time you pass by there, the rubbish truck will always go there, right? It cannot be so ngam, right? So you have to check, because you're gonna have to live with it. Don't forget that smell or that sound. Remember, many years ago, people purposely buy house in Subang Airport. Every day hear the aeroplane fly up, fly down, fly up, but they got used to it, right? So these are some of the things that. These are how many? I just counted seven different things that you need to pay attention to when you purchase a house for yourself to stay. However, if let's say you are buying a property for investment purposes, it's a very different ballgame altogether. Okay, because you're not going to stay there, you're not going to be every day there. But however, you need to pay attention to different areas, which I will share in my next show. So you must come back for my next show, right? Okay, don't forget that. Now, other than that, let me just move on to, well, I wonder if there's any question, because I haven't been reading the comments. I've just talk, got excited of talking. Let me see if there's any question. Right, I see a lot of thumbs up. Basil said no good. I don't know what was that about again, but yeah, I guess it's something that I spoke about. Okay. You're talking about MRT station, right, Basil? Yes, Basil. if you are buying next to MRT station, if you're buying it for commercial purposes, for investment purposes, yes, I was referring to buying for own stay. Okay, buying for own stay. If you buy a place near to the MRT station, the impact would likely be a lot of public, a lot of traffic, a lot of human crowds. Therefore, a lot of strangers walking in front of your house. So if you're comfortable with these kind of things, is okay. Okay, I'm referring to landed property. Excuse me. However, if let's say you are buying a condo, nowadays a lot of young families, young couples, yuppies we call them. Those days we call them yuppies. They like to buy the condo above. Downstairs is MRT station or shopping mall. Upstairs is the condo or an apartment or Soho or so forth for that matter. Okay, so this is what you call mixed developments. Are they good or no good? My answer is good and no good. If let's say you are like I said, yuppies, young couples, you're fine. You know, you go to work, you come back from work, downstairs got cinema, got shopping mall, got makan place, traveling. It's convenient. Okay, I mean, most of the largest cities in the world, the residences below there are public transportation, or nowadays we call them the what do you call that? Transportation hub, right? Transportation hub. So these are they actually fetch very good value. Okay, the price for this kind of properties are really high. Okay, and yes, if you rent, if you are investing and you want to rent it out to people who work, it's very convenient, superbly convenient. Okay, and Eric's just said that noise pollution next to MRT. Correct. That sound is like every 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you betahan, then too bad. If you're a light sleeper, then too bad. Okay, I mean, I sometimes drive past Kota Damansara, those apartments around that MRT line. You can actually hear that sound, and I don't want to replicate the sound here. It sounds scary. Okay, I sound scary. All right, but yeah, there are pollution, noise pollutions and stuff like that. Thank you very much, Eric. It's really nice to be able to share this kind of information with you, and thank you very much, guys, for joining. For those of you who just joined me, thank you very much, and thank you very much for coming to My Property Place live chat. Now we have just done my current topic. I was just saying that we will do some method discussions about a certain topic that I talk about every week. All right, so that's the format of our show. And the next part of our show, we are going to answer some of the questions that some of my friends have sent to me before the show started. Yep, they sent me a list of questions, and they're hoping that I answer. So here I am. I'm going to attempt to answer, because I am not an encyclopedia. I cannot answer every single of your questions. Whatever I can answer, I answer. Whatever I cannot answer, my guest that is going to join my show in the next coming weeks will be able to answer you. Okay, so let me just get on with the first question. Let me see the first question from Daryl Ong. Okay, Daryl Ong, if you are in. So the question is, due to MCO, many people are applying personal loans. Is this affecting property loan applications? What do you think? Okay, what is happening right now in the market? Let me just briefly tell you what's happening now in the market is that are the buyers buying property right now? Are there many people rushing to buy property? They are not, right? Okay, because property developer sales galleries just opening up now with the CMCO. All these offices are just opening up. Then also they have a certain limited time operating hours, very controlled operating hours. Okay, so I don't expect they are gonna be like crowds screaming and queuing into sales galleries and all that. So buyers are not exactly queuing up to buy property right now. Developers are holding back on new launches. If you see, developers hasn't really been launching new property the last 2 years. Okay, since the last 2 years, most of the developers are basically clearing existing stocks. Okay, without COVID, without this virus, right, they are already at the stage of clearing stock. I remember I was helping them to do that as well. Okay, and now with all this, so basically what's happening is that instead of doing new launches and and trying to gain new profit. I think most property developers are right now trying to even sustain, break even. Okay, can pay salary to the staff. Good enough already. Okay, don't talk about getting new profits and all that. Okay, let me just say that not everyone is well prepared for what happened. Well prepared for what for this pandemic. There's no SOP. Okay, there's no rules. Okay, and I mean, yeah. So everyone is taking one step at a time. Property developers, real estate agents like us, even property investors are also look and see. So basically, this is what's happening. They are clearing stocks and then delaying new stocks as much as possible. So what is going to happen is that likely they are going to once now what's going on right now is that CMCO, right, more relaxed. So developers are going all out to push for sales. Real estate agents are going all out to push for sales. Okay, all going out. Okay, our country here, Malaysia, we are just starting. Hong Kong, China, they have opened up. They are going all out. Okay, and sales are starting to come in as well for that. Okay, but here I don't know whether once we go out, sales will come in or not. Okay, and this I feel is going to happen is that a lot of developers and agents are going to go out there and they're going to slash price. Okay, don't quote me, but new packages will come out that is going to try to attract. Okay, everybody will simultaneously go out and try to attract as much clients as possible by giving interesting, attractive deals. So this is probably what's going to happen after the MCO is lifted. Okay, and what else do we have? Okay, I hope that answers the question. With next one is, due to MCO, many people are applying personal loans. Is this affecting property loan applications? Well, everyone is applying loan. Okay, corporates are applying loan, personals are applying loan, property buyers of course are applying for loan as well. So the banks are now considered quite happy in that sense that everybody wants their money lah. Okay, but very unfortunately the interest rate aren't exactly the best either. So banks said lending out so much money but the profit so little. So this is quite affecting them lah. Okay, so I think what is happening right now is, if you all know that Bank Negara has just some time ago in March reduced the OPR by 25 basis points to 2.5% on March 3rd for the first time in 10 years. Okay, for the first time in 10 years. So rates are all-time low. Okay, rates are all-time low, and that's quite an issue. Okay, that's quite an issue for the banks because they don't like that they are not getting that much actually. But for buyers like us, investors, you go and borrow money, your interest rate is lower, and that's a good news. Okay, that's a good news. So question is it easy to get loans or not? Okay, is it easy to get loan? What's happening is, I will foresee, don't call me again, like I'm just thinking about it. We are currently having this 6 months moratorium. After the 6 month moratorium ends, right, do you think there's going to be a lot of NPL happening? Do you know what's NPL? Non-performing loans. Bankers out there, Eric, if you're listening, you will know what's NPL. Okay, after the 6 months, do you think there'll be an increased rate of NPL? Because 6 months grace period for you to not pay your loan does not mean that 6 months later you can immediately afford to pay your loan. People are still struggling. People are still trying to get ends to meet. I go foresee that NPL is going to increase. If NPL increase, interest rate is low, banks are scratching their head. Okay, they are definitely going to be very selective in lending out money. Okay, so if today your loan can approve, I were you, in Chinese we say la la lam, faster sign and then get the money. Okay, the money in your pocket better than in their pocket. Okay, if you are doing business, okay, I have a good friend, a corporate consultant, Mr. Yi Hao. You are listening to me here. Thank you very much for your advice. Cash in hand better than don't have cash, because you have to plan for the next 2 years. Okay, you have to plan and sustain your if you are running company, SME companies and all that, you're going to sustain for the next 2 years. So better be careful with your money. Okay, now let's move on to another one of our questions. When do you think? Okay, here we go. When do you think property investors will get a better value buy? Now or wait for the moratorium to end? Now, this question is from my friend Calvin Yee. Okay, when do you think the property investor will get a better value buy? Now or wait for the moratorium to end? Now, property investors. Okay, you're talking about property investor. If you're talking about home buyer, I would say anytime is a good time to buy property. There's no good time. As long as the price is right, you can afford to buy, go ahead and buy. Okay, that's a home buyer. I always say. Okay, the need for a shelter is always priority. Okay, we humans have a couple of priority: food lah, clothing lah, and shelter. Cannot run away one. And getting married. That one is a choice. All right. So now, for a property investor, it depends on the investor's appetite. Some investors, they want to grab assets and keep long term. Grab low, hope that tomorrow the price goes up, release it at high. Okay, there are investors who are like that. Okay, and there are investors who want to buy, and they want to rent it out. Do you think now the rental is soft or hard? Sorry, not hard, strong. Okay, is the rental market strong or soft right now? Okay, I'm sure you can answer that question. Rental market is not exactly at its best. Again, this already started happening way before the pandemic strike. Okay, rental market has been softening. There's all the parties will say there's a lot of overhangs of unsold properties and all these kind of things. So the market is very selective lah. Let's put it that way. Okay, but rest assured, you're talking about if you're aiming for property investors from overseas, Malaysia is still one of the best place to buy property. Even today, Malaysia is quite safe lah, quite safe lah. Huh? Okay, Malaysia is quite safe, and our ringgit, okay lah, not very strong lah. So to foreigners, our properties are still cheap. Okay, cheap. So that's why foreigners will come back if, let's say, they can travel here or they can come over here. Do you all know that my business partners are actually still manage to sell properties to buyers in Hong Kong and China? Even now, at this MCO period, the buyers are not looking at a property here physically. They see it's a good deal, they're buying. So it's still happening, and yeah, okay. So property investors will buy no matter what. Okay, they buy low, they sell high. They're opportunists. Okay, for those people, like I said just now, those investors who are looking at rental market, you better not think twice, because rental market is really sluggish. Okay, and economic uncertainties is not exactly very firm either. But however, having said all that, okay, the rest of the investment choices are not exactly very bright. Looking at the stock market, so volatile. All right, stock market is very volatile right now. Bond is where the yield is very low right now. Okay, FD rates lagi turun. Okay, FD rate also low. So property is a fixed asset. It's a physical thing that you can still trust. It's long term. You'll never run away. Okay, and it's always there. It's still a good asset to invest in. Okay, that's my thought. Okay, Kevin has another question. With the growing number of commercial units being on sale in the market, what do you think the next phase of commercial trend would be? Retail lot purchase or shop lot purchase? Okay, I'm guessing you're talking about retail as in retail lots in shopping malls and versus the shop lot outside, physical shop lots out there. Both have their they have different. Okay, how shall I put it? How shall I put it? If you think that shopping mall is going to die after this, I think you're wrong. Okay, what I see is right after MCO, there are many things that will rebound. Okay, for example, travel industry. Okay, people are not going to stop traveling. People are not going to stop going out to spend time, to spend money. Okay, you only can cook, at home for that long. Okay, and if let's say you guys are thinking that, oh, online business is going to be the next big thing. Okay, I will buy online groceries now. I will buy online groceries during CMCO, but once there's a vaccine out already, I am going to go out there shopping. I'd rather go out shopping. Seriously. Okay, so but immediately what's happening right now is shopping mall is getting very heavily impacted around the world globally. Okay, because shopping mall operates as a whole vehicle. You don't operate as an individual retail outlet. Okay, when a whole mall is impacted, it gets impacted. But a a shop lot, however, you operate individually. So what you do in your shop lot, okay, you can do a lot of creative things with your shop lot. What is going on right now is online businesses are so flourishing, right? A lot of people are using this as stores to keep their stocks. Okay, even to a point that sometimes you don't even need, you have dropship and stocks are being delivered directly from the supplier. But however, fashion are turning into online. Okay, fresh food is making money. Fresh produce, okay, that is good business right now. So fresh produce is good business, delivery is good business. Okay, online platforms for that intermediary, which means to say for them to be able to market those products out there, those are also good business. So there are certain industries, if you know how to catch them, they are on the uptrend right now. Okay, so that's what I can say. There is no right or wrong answer to that. We are still on a look and see environment. Okay, now this is a difficult question to answer. This is from Shamir. Shamir asks, do you expect a property bull run in the next few years? I'm going to do a rough one, because there are people who can really answer this properly, but not me. Okay, I can probably give you something rough because that's why I'm bringing my guests who are professional to be able to answer these kind of questions for you. Okay, I will try to attempt to answer, but maybe when my guest comes, you can keep this question to ask again the next round, right? Okay, do you expect a property bull run in the next few years? I was just reading through an article that talks about the 18 years property cycle. Okay, go read about it. Google 18 years property cycle. All right, this was I think written by some property guy in the 2000 something. I can't remember. So now the 18-year property cycle talks about the property going up and then explosion and finally coming down, and the whole cycle takes 18 years. There's 4 sectors, and every sector is about 7 years. Okay, but in between there are false crashes. Okay, and apparently when they talk about Malaysia, we are currently going through the lowest floor level right now, and we keep going at this for another I think this year and next year. Okay, is going to start to increase. Okay, but when the increase is going to this time, the increase is going to take a longer time because of the impact of that pandemic. I don't know. I cannot give you the full article over here, but I can share the article with you, Shamir, if you like. That you can read about this bull run. Okay. However, I'm going to keep this question for my next guest to answer you, right? Okay, because this is going to be a very interesting topic. Okay. Now, what other questions do we have? Airbnb, something about Airbnb. All right. Now, Airbnb tourism and okay, I can't post it here. I'm just going to read it to you. Airbnb tourism and travel restrictions. Is it affecting the business? And how is Airbnb company able to support and the profit sharing and payment to landlords? What is the solution to resolve this issue, as many commercial residential units are under this category and many landlords rely on the income of to cover their loans? What is Airbnb's company's backup plan? Again, I did a bit of research on this one. This is where I read the article, and the article talks about a certain amount of money being spent for bailout. Okay, certain amount of money being spent for bailout. We are talking about, but generally most of these are happening in US, right? Yep. So they are spending their business. In fact, the business across booking business across Europe has dropped. We're talking about 80% compared to the week to week beginning March 9th. So that's quite a heavy drop in Airbnb business. I think it's obviously because of the travel restrictions. You can't go for holidays and all that. But however, I do see the business being resilient, Airbnb business being quite resilient. It's still one of the most cost-effective way for travelers to stay. Therefore, if they can ride out through this storm, it will bounce back. I see it that way. Probably new platforms will come out to challenge what Airbnb has already built. And again, in the next few shows, I am going to bring a couple of guests that will explain about the nature of these businesses. We have people who are operating Airbnb or Airbnb operators. I have a guest listed already. I've also got a guest that is currently running hybrid hotel business. So a hybrid hotel business, this is an interesting topic that we will cover in the coming shows. Okay, so this is a couple of things that is going to come in my coming shows. So I cannot answer this question because this is a very long topic. So therefore, if you're interested, you can read this article. Yeah, this article here. Okay, and Shamir, I can again send this link to you, so you can. Sorry, that's not from Shamir. This is from Tammy. Yep. And what other questions do we have? Many businesses consolidating or closing down. What do you think will happen to the commercial sector? The commercial sector the commercial sector is currently surviving still. They are affected because of the rental, but however, owners are still covered because there is a moratorium. Okay, and most of the tenants are requesting for free rent or even half rent, and those good landlords are usually giving in to these tenants, so that I'm sure they want their tenant to be able to survive through the business as well. So yeah, I think it's now is a time where everybody wants to do business together. Okay, the landlord wants to see the tenant survive. The tenant want to be able to survive, continue, so that they can continue to rent the place, and then hopefully the business will bounce back and they will continue to move on with their life. So yeah, so I would say that if let's say you're a landlord right now, and if let's say your moratorium allows, your finance allows you to be able to help out, do help out. And tenants, you have to be on your feet as soon as possible. Either you cannot be relying for the whole 6 months without rental. Okay, so this is what I can say. You're gonna help out each other. Okay, so then if you help out each other, then everyone can go through this crisis together. Okay, right now we have another 10 minutes more to go. Okay, we have another 10 minutes more to go, and let me just read through some of the comments and see what other people saying. Okay, so if you just join me, thank you very much for joining My Property Place. This is my first show. This is my first show, My Property Place live chat, where I took the idea from my my property place Facebook group, which I've been sharing articles and news about property businesses for the last couple of years, and now bringing it online here and talking to you guys. Okay, and for those of you who just joined, again, I'd like to reiterate that my show, My Property Place Live Chat, runs every Saturday 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. 1 hour, where we will talk about many different topics from various different topics that is related to the property investment in the market, right? From feng shui to interior design to banking sector to MM2H. I probably will also bring in somebody to talk about migration. Okay, so if you migrate, what you're going to do with your property, how you're going to handle the property, and I'm bringing somebody all the way from Australia to talk about how income tax works in Australia. Okay, how do you handle the income profit, and how do you do the accounting for that in Australia? Yeah, so I think it's going to be very interesting for people with different sets of interests. There are a lot of people who wants to know about these kind of things. I took some time to learn about it when I was personally selling properties in Australia, in Gold Coast, in Melbourne, Perth. Okay, it's a very interesting place. However, nothing beats home, right? So again, this is going to be a weekly show, and I hope for those of you who've joined me today and spent the last 1 hour with me, I hope you benefited from this session, and thank you very much for your patience to listen to my blabbering for the last an hour. I really talked an hour already, almost an hour. Another 8 more minutes to go, and I have successfully spoken alone in front of the screen for an hour, which is the first time I'm doing. I have never really done this before. I have spoken in front of the stage for 2 hours, no problem. Okay, I've spoken in iProperty, in all these events, and in front of sometimes a lot of crowd. I can even share with you, there was once I remember speaking in a shopping mall, a huge shopping mall, and in front of me there was only 3 persons sitting down there with a chair. The chair can fit like probably 50, 100 people, but there was only 3 persons. I still deliver my full talk and the same energy, aiming, my eye contact was aiming only at this 3 person. That was quite an experience, honestly, let me speaking. But this is a whole different ball game altogether. I don't have eyeballs staring at me, and I'm looking at the screen, looking at myself talking. So it's a different experience. Again, I would like to thank some of my team members. I've got a few of Marcus is my mentor, who is guiding me to do this live show. Marcus has been doing this for a long time, and he's been relatively successful in what he does. And I also have a few others that I'd like to shout out to: Mei Pua, Grace Chong, Shoba, and Ao, Yihao. You guys are all very awesome. I've been watching you guys do the shows and very inspired to do this and brave myself to do this. Honestly, today before the show started, I was just texting to my group of friends that I have butterflies in my stomach. I've never had butterflies in my stomach for very, 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 very long time. You ask me to go on stage and talk with 1,000 people, I will not have butterfly in my stomach. And people say I sort already. How can you not be nervous when you talk? I said, I don't know. I'm used to it. I can talk. Okay, but right now here, I am still thinking in my mind as I speak to you, circling and thinking what are the things to talk, because I finished talking my script finished already. Yes, I have script. Okay, I have script. I have to prepare script. There's no way I can talk to a computer screen for 1 hour without the script. No way. Seriously. Okay, I can do that on the stage, but not in front of a computer. Somehow it's a different feeling. Okay, so for those of you who has just joined me, Yihao just commented. Thank you for sharing, team. Yihao just commented as well. And thank you very much, Yihao, thank you very much for joining. Paisu, thank you very much for joining and commenting. You are so nice. Thank you very much. Rani, thank you very much for joining as well. Tammy, Jovers, thank you very much for joining. So lovely to have you. Yep, Amanda, I am so looking forward to have you here with me. Okay, Amanda Leong is my friend she's a super feng shui master. I would really quickly want to have her here as soon as possible because she's going to give a very interesting topic to talk about. Brother Frederick, thank you very much for supporting me. Irvin, thank you very much. Some developer promise you, do you think you'll be affected? Irvin is asking, sorry, some last minute question. Irvin is asking whether some developer promise guaranteed rental returns. Do you think you will be affected? Guaranteed rental, GRR, guaranteed rental return is a very sensitive topic. Okay, because you must know who are the one who is paying the GRR. Okay, when you say property developers giving out GRR, a lot of time the GRR is given by a third party. Okay, your source of the payer, okay, the person who paid the GRR got to be solid. Okay, got to be solid. A lot of time, things happen because the person who pay, the party who pay, are very unstable, fly by night. I don't know. Okay, so if you see the operation of the company that promises to pay are very solid, that means they've been in the business for a long time. They have big operations. Well, nowadays big operation worry, right? But generally, rule of thumb is that they have a track record. They are fine. Okay, but if there are some marketing company you have never heard of, be careful, lor. Okay, like that. I would like to say that, lor. I think right after this, my gut feel is that right after this CMCO or MCO, right, most property developer will come out with this kind of GRR campaigns. That is definitely going to be in the picture because why? A lot of people need assurance. Okay, a lot of people need assurance. Investors, buyers need assurance, and GRR is one way. But I would say that not too long term a GRR because I know I got a gut feel that things will bounce back. So if you get yourself locked down with too long a GRR, then you are locked down. Even the situations improve, you're still locked down. So remember that never get locked down too long. Okay, you can have assurance, but don't kiasi lah. Okay, don't kiasi. Okay, don't worry. Okay, thank you. So I hope I answered your question, Irvin. Yihao has been also teaching me a lot of things. Thank you very much, Yihao, for joining and teaching me so many things. And yep, with 3 more minutes to go, and I have completed my first show. I also have who else joining me? Mel Mervin. Let me see. Who's me? Yolanda, thank you very much for joining. And Max was there as well. Miss Hang, hello. Yvonne Lau. Ming Ming, hi. If you're still there. Aaron, thank you very much for joining. Abang Nazri, how are you, brother? Janet, Geraldine, Justin, Stuart, Siobhan. Oh, practically reading all the person here. Sorry if I didn't manage to read your name. Quite a long list. And really thank you very much for you guys to come and support me in my this first show. I feel so nice. Like I say, goosebumps, because why? All you are my brothers and sisters, my friends. I have someone from Vietnam joining. Satya, basketball court. Thank you very much for joining. KJ, Annie Chan, Eunice, Andrew Hui, Sifu. Thank you very much for joining. Sarah, Kelvin, Eva, Catherine Wong, also my Sifu, Takache. Thank you very much for joining. Ignatius, my old friend, Ignatius Paul Masang, how are you? Long time no see, my friend way back from Shell last time. Frank, Anna Chong, Sean, Trevor. I have someone from Africa join he's from Uganda. I'm so happy. And done deal. I got someone all the way from Africa joining. Okay, Mr. Adi. Adi is also one of my Sifu. He's a master MC and he's an awesome. He MC for United Nations and SN Games. He is one awesome. All right. Okay, my last 1 minute in this show. Again, I am just riding through my last few seconds in this show. Again, thank you very much for joining and giving me this opportunity to speak to you. This is just a start. I think the show, I'm sure the show is going to get more exciting as we move on from week to week when we bring in different speakers to talk about. I do want to request that, is there any kind of topic that you want to listen to? You type it down here, your comments. what kind of people you want to, what kind of topic you want to talk about. I go and find the kind of speakers and I'll put it here and we can discuss about it. So you can ask the questions that you want to ask. Okay. So that's a promise. Promise. I do my best. You don't suddenly ask someone VIP, Tun Mahathir, come and speak. Oh, sorry, I cannot get them. Okay. But however, whatever industry related, yes, I can try my best to get them to come and share their knowledge as well. All right. Thank you very much. I'm done for the show. And this is the end of my show for this week. And I hope to see you again next week. Remember, next week, Saturday, 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. And thank you very much. I'm signing out from My Property Place live chat. Bye-bye.